Hey, welcome back. Kris Krohn here.
And Stephen Michael Miller.
And dude, here's the deal. There's so many people that say that they want to be financially free, and some actually figure it out. We're here to talk today about what it actually takes so that you can be one that looks back and says, I did it. I made it.
This video is sponsored by myfirstva.com. In fact, that's where we found the virtual assistants that edited this video. I'll share with you more details in a moment, but now back to Kris and Stephen.
All right, friends, so we're diving into that one thing that everybody wants, but the reality is so few ever achieve. And we're here to talk about financial freedom. And as we're diving in today, I want you just to get clear on exactly why you want financial freedom. See, Kris, you and I both grew up in different situations, in different scenarios. Neither of us had a silver spoon in our mouth. As a matter of fact, I grew up extremely poor. You grew up with an immigrant father who was working hard to try to achieve this American dream, this idea of financial freedom. But so many are stuck. Even just yesterday, I was on the phone with an individual who is in their early 20s and said, Stephen, I'm looking for a mentor. I just want to get out of this rat race. Yet so many are hitting that brick wall. So we're here today to talk about how do you overcome that brick wall? How do you break through the barrier and actually start to achieve?
Well, and the reality is, I mean, Stephen, you and I, we're making more money than we've ever made before. Like, this is a super exciting time in our life. But that opportunity and the opportunities that are out there for you and that we're giving you and many others, it follows those that actually have a desire in the first place. For right now, you said something, everybody wants it. And I just want to challenge that and say, I don't think everybody wants it. I actually think that, like, you and I are like just after the millennial cutoff. And there are a lot of millennials out there. And by the way, millennials, no offense, this may not even apply to you if you're a subscriber on this channel. But dude, there's a lot out there that are like, is it even important? Who cares? There's this like the movement for minimalism. You know, I'm living in this multi-million-dollar house. And you know, the reality is financial freedom, is it even something worth pursuing? Like, could you spend 30 or 40 years going after it, never get it, and then be soured by it? There's a lot of people that actually will tell themselves that their happiness and fulfillment is tied to whether they can get it or not, and then when they don't, their life sucks. Some people just give up and say, that's why I'm not even going after it. Like, is it even valid to pursue?
Well, I mean, I think, so you said, I don't think everyone wants it. And I'm going to argue with you for just a second, because I think everyone wants it. But even though everyone wants it, the reality is most people are stuck in this idea of, I can't get it. They want it, but they don't really do any of the actions to get after it. And so really what I want to talk about today is how do you really turn that I want it, that kind of background, I want it, into a driving obsession, I want it, and I'm going to do everything that it takes to get it. As a matter of fact, Kris, let's just reference a meeting we had in your home yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Okay?
Dude, that was, we gave 18 people an opportunity literally to develop potentially a 7-figure residual income with like less than 60 days of work.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild.
I mean, we're sitting there in this room, and these are some of these people we've had a long history with. Some of these people are kind of new faces to our group, and we sat in this group of eclectic, you know, variety of different people.
So many walks of life.
So many different walks of life, and we presented an opportunity. And this is the harsh reality, is in those moments of opportunity being presented, so many people will get excited in the moment, and then they'll go home and fizzle out and say, oh, they'll start to doubt themselves and say, I don't know if I can do this. And this happens in real estate all the time.
Dude, I was sharing on a conservative level how you could create a basic 6-figure residual income, pay you every single month, and based off of work that you do in 30 to 45 days. And what I said was to actually qualify to be in the meeting, because I did handpick people, it was basically, you have to have 5 out of 5 insatiable hunger. Like, you need to know that this is your time that you have to create, because dude, if you don't have motive and desire, you're out. And then the interview came after, like, do you actually really have it, or is that like, I know the right answer? You know, so you have to absolutely want it. And then I basically said, what are you willing to do to go after and get it? So we laid out this plan, and it was interesting. I mean, we were talking to a group of hungry people. But by the end of the meeting, I said, you know, some of you sitting in that chair have already decided right now whether you're actually going to get it or not. You just don't know it. You're either fired up, insatiable, you'll do whatever it takes, you're obsessed. And the ones that make it, Stephen, I think that what it comes down to is you have to have more than a desire, because desire and want the reality is we don't get what we really want in life. You know, I want a big house. I want to go to Disneyland. I want to travel the world. I want to be rich. Like, there's a lot of things that people say they want, but the things that we actually get by stark contrast are the things that we have to have.
I want to add to this real quick because this is so important. My father, when I was about 14 years old, he went to the doctor. My father, growing up, was extremely overweight. At his heaviest, he was 420 pounds, 6 foot nothing. You know, so it's not like he was this huge guy, tall-wise. He was a huge guy, kind of wide-wise. But when he went to the doctor told him, if you don't lose weight and lose weight quickly, you probably won't last another year to 2 years. Wow. When my father had that information, he brought it home to us. We were sitting as a family talking about this.
I bet that was an unforgettable moment.
It was.
That's scary.
Gosh, it was. There was a lot of fear, but more than that, something snapped. And this is what you're talking about when you are faced against a have to. I have to do something, and if you can transfer that energy into everything that you do, all of a sudden things begin to change. Because let me help you understand this. We were poor growing up, extremely poor. My parents together, I make way more right now than my parents ever made together. I mean, you know, dual income. And I'm not saying this to brag, but it's interesting to look at this. Here we were in a situation where my father's surgery was probably half of our yearly income.
Wow.
Right? And we had no idea how we were going to do this. We got together as a family and thought, what are we going to do? And the underlying motivation, the underlying everything that we were going to need to do was we have to do things differently than we've ever done it before. Yep. And so we took this idea and we started calling everyone we knew, what can we do? We weren't looking for a handout necessarily, but we were looking for the information that could get us to that goal of raising the funds so my dad could have this specific surgery. And we got after it. Wow. And I had never seen my family get after a goal in this way.
Wow. So it's interesting that someone's life needed to be on the line.
It literally was.
To say, okay, you know what? It's time to pull it out. And I want to share with you that becoming financially free, you can't wait for things to get bad. You can't wait for someone's life to be on the line or to lose the life of someone that you care about. The secret is to actually learn how to get there without being in dire straits. I mean, listen, if you got to be in dire straits, you got to be in dire straits. But the reality is it's harder to create wealth from a place of mental poverty. You got to be reading books. You got to be going after, you got to be looking for opportunities. You got to learn how to say yes. Because a lot of people only know how to say no and think, oh, probably not me, I can't do it, right?
It won't work.
You know, so I think the one thing that I want to share with you today and the thing that I'm getting from Stephen is that financial freedom, is it out there? Are you kidding me?
Of course it is.
It's absolutely out there, but you're only going to get what you have to have. So I want to ask you, do you have to be financially free? Right there, there's a really good chance you're like, well, I don't have to. Right now I'm not, and I'm alive, pinch me, like I have a job, I make a certain amount, and that's why you're not going to be. You have to elevate it to a level where what's going to drive you that makes it so you have to create that. Because Stephen and I, we got opportunities of plenty. We got people, we got our YouTube fans from everywhere. They're like, go to our website, go to the link in the description. Like, okay, I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know how you're creating those ROIs. We've been doing this for years. And we have better opportunities in our world today, in our technological world, than we've ever had. Some of it's real estate, some of it's digital real estate, some of it's blockchain. And I'm just telling you right now, there is a whole new level of wealth being created, but you have to have a reason for having to have it. It can't just be because I want to be rich. It can't be because you want nice things. You got to find a need that drives deep to your core, deep to who you are, that will actually elevate that from a nice to have to a want to have to a desire to, I have to have this. Because there's a bill in your life when you financially struggle that you'll get paid no matter what. Even when you run out of money, you still find a way to pay that bill. Why? Because you have to. At some point we say, I can't go lower. And the secret is to stop doing that at your poverty level, or to start doing that. For some of you, it's like, well, I make 100 grand a year. My dreams are so much bigger, but my 100 grand is my have to. How do you take your have to and elevate it to the, I'm going to get stuff done. I've got the heart, the soul, the passion, and nothing getting in my way.
So you take that why, you take that passion, you take that movement, and you learn to get outside of your comfort zone. Like you
want to get out of your comfort zone.
You learn to love the discomfort, right? You get outside and you stick in that discomfort and you allow that purpose and that why and that drive to propel you forward, because that's the only way to accomplish it.
Thank you to myfirstva.com for sponsoring this video. Imagine being able to hire your own full-time employee, and imagine that employee only costing you $400 per month. It's actually a real thing. I've been doing it for over 8 years. I have a whole team of people that I've hired there. You can hire somebody for logo design, bookkeeping, article writing, customer service, website design, or video editing. You can actually do your own custom search if you go to myfirstva.com, put in the criteria of who you're looking for and your perfect virtual assistant, and you'll have a full-time employee for $400 a month.
So friends, know what you want, make the decision you want to be financially free. You got to know the why. The opportunities will come after you elevate it to a have to. If you're watching this video and saying, guys, I have what it takes. I think I have what it takes. I'm ready to go to that have to level. Our invitation is to find the link in the description below and get with Steven and I and our team. Right now we're sitting on crazy opportunities. Right now we're helping people make lots of money. We're creating these incredible win-wins. We love making these videos. We love educating you. But when it's time for you to say it's a have to, go to that link, find us, meet us, and make it happen.